وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبكي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعظم الله أجورنا وأجوركم جميعا بمصابنا بالحسين عليه السلام. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب الله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد يا محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ولا يحسبن الذين كفروا أنما نملي لهم خير لأنفسهم إنما نملي لهم ليزدادوا إثما ولهم عذاب مهين. ما كان الله ليذر المؤمنين على ما أنتم عليه حتى يميز الخبيث من الطيب. صدق الله العلي العظيم. First of all, I would like to express my condolences to Imam Sahib al-Zaman Ajalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif and all our Maraji, and most especially the Sayyid Qaid and the whole Muhibbin Ali Ahl al-Bayt worldwide. As we all know, this night is the night of the 10th of Muharram. It is a very hard night, most especially for the household of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam. This night was a terrible one because, as we all are aware, whenever Muharram comes, it is a month of heartbreaking, it is a month of grief, it is a month of huzn, not only for the Shia world, but for the entire mankind. Why I said this is that Imam Hussein alayhi salam has become an institution, a university, where other schools, especially most the freedom fighters, where they come to learn from him, because he was able to teach people that with empty hand you can have victory over the machineries. This night, why I said it's a very terrible one, as we all are aware, on the 9th or on the 9th, during the day of the on 9, which is today, the soldier of Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad came under the leadership of Umar ibn Saad to the camp of Abu Abdullah Imam Hussein alayhi salam. As reported in the hadith, Zainab al-Kubra was sitting when he had some kind of sound. There he went and told Imam Hussein alayhi salam that she had some sound as if the enemies are approaching. Then Imam Hussein alayhi salam called Abu al-Fadl Abbas. He told him to go and check and see what is happening. On getting there, he met Umar ibn Saad with all his soldiers. They came that for they came for two options. Either Imam Hussein alayhi salam should submit to their demands or they will fight him. As we are all aware, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, all this while he has, since on 2nd of Muharram, that he entered the land of Iraq. Since that time, he has been buying time. Why is he buying time? Because he wants to establish complete hujjah against the enemies, so that on the day of Qiyamah, they will not have an atom of reason to tell the world that this is the reason why we refuse to accept Imam Hussein. That was the essence of the letters that he has been exchanging between him and Umar ibn Saad. When they came on this 9th, their intention was that Imam Hussein should either submit to them or they go into battle. When Imam Abul Fadl Abbas went back to Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he told him what is happening, what the enemy said. Imam Hussein alayhi salam sent Abul Fadl Abbas to them, that tell them that they should give us a respite for this night. Imam Hussein made one expression that day. He said, Ana uhibbu an unaji rabbi hadhihi layla. I love to speak with my Lord this very night. They should give us this night. That was why I said that night was a terrible one for the household of the Holy Prophet. Imam Hussein, Zainab al-Kubra, and others, they know when death comes, death that you don't know is coming, you may not feel it much. But when you know that death is coming, that is when you feel it. The whole household of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that went with Imam Hussein to Karbala, that very time when Imam Hussein made this statement, they knew that their days are numbered. The days of Imam Hussein and the household and the companions, their days are numbered. That was why you feel that kind of worries from Sayyidah Zainab al-Kubra. She is saying it that doesn't mean from tomorrow I'm going to be separated from my brother Imam Hussein. It was a terrible one. Then on this, after this request, Umar ibn Saad said, okay, because they thought that Imam Hussein is going to sit down to contemplate whether to withdraw or to accept. They don't know that Imam Hussein alayhi salam has his own aim and objectives. After they have gone, when the night comes, that very night, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he called all the companions and his household that were there with him. He told them that I have not seen any companion that is better than you people. Today, you are here because of me. I want to categorically tell you that take the opportunity of this dark night and go secretly, one after the other, go back to where you come from. These people, Yazid ibn Muawiyah, Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad, Umar ibn Saad, they are not looking for anybody, they are only looking for me. And if they succeed in killing me, then it will be over. I implore you people that you have done your best. You have tried to protect the grandson of the Holy Prophet Muhammad. You are the best companions. Today, I give you relief. All of you should go back. After they listened to Imam Hussein attentively, they all stood one after the other. People like Habib ibn al-Mazahir stood up. He said, Ya Hussein, you said we should leave. If we leave, what are we going to tell our people in our other brothers? Are we going to tell them that we forsake the son of the grandson of the Holy Prophet and leave him to die there? He said, today, how I wish that I should have up to 1,000 souls. When they kill me, I should be able to resurrect and fight until I'm killed. We are not going to forsake you. Then people like Muslim Ibn Awsaja, he stood up also. He told Imam Hussein that you said we should go back. How do we leave the son, the grandson of the Holy Prophet, to die and will be alive? How are we going to be alive after you? That is how each and individual stood up to make declaration, to pay their allegiance, their loyalty to Imam Hussein. And they are able to convince Imam Hussein that none of them will live to see that Imam Hussein died before them. That was the day, it's very important. That was the reason on the day of Karbala, on the day of Ashura itself, Imam Hussein was the last person. Because that time all the companions were killed after the order. Then it comes to the turn of the household of the Holy Prophet. They go after, one after the other until it remains Imam Hussein, alayhi salam. That very night we were talking about, you can see the enemies in their own camp. They were there doing merrymaking. They are drinking all kind of alcohol, jubilating. But in the camp of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, you only hear the sound of Qira'ah, Quran al-Kareem. You hear the sound of tahajjud in the night. Everybody were busy crying unto Almighty Allah that this sacrifice they are going to make this tomorrow, may Allah accept it from them. In the other camp, they sent to the camp of Imam Hussein. Said, you people said when you die, you go to Jannah. Why are you people crying? What is the reason why you people are crying this night? He told them that, oh, do you think we are crying because we are going to die tomorrow? No, it is against our ethics. Death is part and parcel of us, especially when you are in a good cause. Therefore, the reason of shedding tears this night is to beg Almighty Allah to seek for istighfar, beg for His pardon, that tomorrow, if we are killed, Almighty Allah should accept this from us. This is the reason